What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. And Manchester United are back in action again, and this time it's in the Europa League against Fenerbahce at the Sukru Sharakoglu Stadium. 8 p.m. kickoff tomorrow, and Jose Mourinho is up against Ten Hag against his former side Manchester United. And Jose Mourinho did take over from Ismail Kartel after Fenerbahce announced that they parted ways at the end of last season. So in June, Fenerbahce did announce the appointment of Jose Mourinho as head coach, and he is expected to be in charge until June 2026 after signing a 2-year contract. So last season under Ismail Kartel, they finished second in the league with 99 points. They won 31, drew 6, lost 1, scored 99 goals and conceded 31 and had a goal difference of plus 68. They lost the league to Galatasaray, who finished on 102 points. So they only lost the league by 3 points, only by a game. Very unfortunate that they did lose the league under such circumstances, because Galatasaray did, in fact, I think they lost 3 games compared to Fenerbahce, who only lost Galatasaray lost 2 games and Fenerbahce lost 1 in the league. So they did have a very good season last season. I mean, we'll have a look at the league table from last season, the Turkish league. So we'll have a look at that right now. You can see Fenerbahce there in second, played 38, same as the Premier League, won 31, drawn 6. Lost 1, goal difference 99, goals for 99, so they scored the highest number of goals in the league, conceded 31, had a goal difference of plus 68, and finished on 99 points, qualifying for the Champions League second qualifying round. So, you know, I think personally they are a Champions League side. They should be in the Champions League. So they did kind of drop down into Europa League after they did not qualify. After they got past the second qualifying round, but they failed to qualify against Lille in the third qualifying round. So that's very unfortunate for them. But if you have a look at the statistics from last season as well in the Turkish league, you've got Edin Dzeko there with 21 goals, and he's going to be a threat against Manchester United as well. Obviously, he's got history in the Premier League with regards to playing for Manchester City as well, and he ended up scoring for Man United as well. Ended up scoring for Manchester City against United. I think it was at Old Trafford in that 6-1 win, where Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge. Then if you look at the assists as well, you've got Tadic there on 13, and then I can't say this guy's name, Szymanski with 11 as well. So they, scoring plenty of goals, getting plenty of assists as well, playing some decent football under the previous manager Ismail Kartel. Then finally this guy here, Kavechi, with 7 assists as well. So Fenerbahce, they're dominating the stats in terms of the assists, but in terms of goals as well, only Edin Dzeko is there with 21. But they did, of course, like I mentioned, finish the league with 99 points. Very unfortunate not to be winning the league, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's Fenerbahce in the league last season. And so in terms of them, they did kind of, like I mentioned, they beat Swiss side Lugano 6-4 on aggregate in the Champions League second qualifying round, but they did lose the third qualifying round to Lille, the French team, 3-2 on aggregate. And very unfortunate for them. If they'd won that, they would have had to play a playoff and then one more leg, then they could have been in the Champions League this season. So very unfortunate for them. In terms of the Turkish league, last match they drew 2-2 against Samsunspor, and before that they beat Antalyaspor 2-0. So they're coming in with some decent form in the league. So this season in the league, they do sit 4th with 17 points from 8 games, winning 5, drawing 2, losing 1, scoring 18 goals in the league, and conceding 7, and having a plus 17 goal difference. So in terms of some insights for the match, Fenerbahce have alternated between a loss and a win across their 6 previous meetings with Manchester United, most recently winning 2-1 at home in the 2016-17 Europa League group stage. Manchester United have lost both of their last 2 trips to Fenerbahce in all competitions, losing 3-0 in December 2004 and 2-1 in November 16. Fenerbahce are unbeaten in their last 7 home games in the UEFA Europa League, winning 4 4 of their last 5 and drawing 3 of their last 7. Man United, unfortunately, have won just 1 of their last 10 major European matches in major European competitions, drawing 4 and losing 5. They're without a win in 5, drawing 3 and losing 2. Last having a longer such run between 1980 and 1983. So that's not really looking good for Manchester United. Fenerbahce unbeaten in their last 7 in the Europa League, and Manchester United winning just 1 of their last 10 in major European competitions. Just not good enough for Man United in Europe. This season we've not been good enough in the Europa League, and last season we did go out in the group stages of the Champions League, which just isn't good enough for a team like Manchester United. So Fenerbahce side, finally, Fenerbahce boss Jose Mourinho has won just 2 of his last 17 games against sides he's previously managed, drawing 4 and losing 11, though one of those games was a 6-1 victory against Manchester United with Spurs in October 2020 when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was in charge of his second full season. Man United did get off to a poor start under Ole during his second season, but they did end up finishing second in the Premier League. So in terms of team news for Fenerbahce, Osterwolde was injured in that 2-2. The left back was injured in that 2-2 draw with Samsunspor on Sunday, possibly missing the rest of the season, and his absence poses a problem at left back. And there are doubts over Irfan Igri Bayat and Kagler Soyuncu, Cengiz Under, Ismail Yuksik and Bright Osayi Samuel. So they've got some problems in terms of the defence, Fenerbahce, and Jose Mourinho's got a choice between 2 informed strikers at the moment, Edin Dzeko and N Neseiri, who have both done well against Manchester United in the past, while former Reds Fred and Sofian Amrabat are expected to start in the centre of the pitch. So Filip Kostic and Levent Merkan are ineligible as they're not registered in the competition. So if I have a look at the predicted opposition starting 11, this is my predicted opposition starting 11. You've got Livakovic in net, Mulder, Berkau, Deju and Osayi Samuel, Fred and Amrabat in the centre of the pitch, Tadic, Samansky, I think that's how you say his name, I'm not sure, and Saint Maximum as well, who we are familiar with. He did have a decent spell at Newcastle, and then Edin Dzeko up front. So the changes from the side that's from the starting 11 that Fenerbahce fielded at the weekend are that Osayi Samuel, the right back, will replaces Osterwolde, but Osayi Samuel is facing a late fitness test as well, so I'm not sure if he's going to be fit. He is a right back as well, but I think Fenerbahce have both their left backs injured, as do Manchester United as well. And then Saint Maxim replaces Kostic, who is ineligible to play in the Europa League. So in terms of that defence, I'm not sure who's going to be starting at left back for Fenerbahce, but I do expect Saint Maximum to come in for Kostic as he is ineligible. So under Jose Mourinho, traditionally, Jose Mourinho likes that 4-2-3-1 setup, and I do expect them to set up in that 4-2-3-1 formation again. And I expect them to be defensively solid, play some counter-attacking football. They're going to rely on fast transitions as well. And Saint Maximin has hurt Manchester United in the past, and he can be a problem on the counter-attack as well. Fred and Amrabat are in there to stop and counter, stop the counter-attack of the opposition and stop any long balls coming in through the centre of the pitch. And that's what Jose Mourinho likes. He really does like that double pivot in the centre of the pitch, protecting that back four. And that's the way Jose Mourinho likes to play his footballing sides. So if you look at Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce side in possession, they really do like to keep it simple. Fenerbahce style of play keeps the passing distances close. Usually the team drops both midfielders close to their centre back, so the passing distances are short and the defenders can make easy passes around the back even when facing pressure. So overall, though, in possession, the team shape does change sometimes as well. The attacking midfielder drops deep and wide, while one of the two holding midfielders is pushing to the other side, practically creating a 4-3-3 shape in the build-up. The fullbacks are also staying close to their centre-backs, allowing quick and short passes, and pretty much always creating a numbers advantage in the first line of play through their positional play. This enables Mourinho's men to open up players that will have room to trigger play for them. So in terms of defending, they do like to sometimes press with aggressive midfielders. In that game against Lille, in the Champions League third qualifying round, they did try to press Lille a couple of times. Their 4-2-3-1 does become a 4-4-2 with Szymanski pushing forward to create a second striker to help control the opposing team's centre-backs, and the double pivot controlling the opposition midfielders. So in the end, it does turn out to be a bit of a man-to-man situation all over the pitch, even with even the back four being in man coverage and having to push forward. I don't expect Jose Mourinho to set up in a kind of pressing shape. I'm fully expecting Manchester United to dominate possession. I'm expecting Man United to have I'm thinking maybe 55, 60, 65% possession. I'm fully expecting Mourinho to stink out the place at home and grab a goal on the counter-attack. So, could be wrong, but that's how I think Jose Mourinho is going to set up against Manchester United. He's going to set up as the underdog. So, in terms of the star man for Fenerbahce, I'm obviously have to go with Edin Dzeko. Very dangerous striker, good striker of the ball. Like we mentioned, last season he did. How many goals did he get last season? Let's just check again. Sorry, let me just pull up. I think he had 21 goals in the league last season with, I don't know how many assists, but 21 goals in the league last season. So he's going to be the danger man for Fenerbahce, and also an honourable mention is going to have to go to Tadic as well. 13 assists in the league last season at his age. How old is this guy? Tadic is 35 years of age. So I think they're the kind of danger men for Fenerbahce this season. Though he does have 9 goals, 2 assists in 14 appearances in the league. So that's Fenerbahce for you. Let's talk about Manchester United. Manchester United in their last game they won 2-1 against Brentford. That was their first win in 6 games in all competitions, if I'm not mistaken. And in Europe, like I mentioned, we have 1 win in the last 10 matches in Europe, in all European competitions as well. So it's not looking too good for Manchester United in terms of European competitions. In terms of team news for Manchester United, obviously you've got the regulars that are out as usual. Shaw, Malacia, Euro, Mount, Ugarte is back. Ugarte is in the travelling squad. Mainoo is out. He's out for up until the next international break in November. Maguire is also out. So if we have a look, maybe we should have a look at the the travelling squad for Manchester United. Let's pull that up right now. So the travelling squad for Manchester United: Bayinde, Heaton, Onana, Amas, Dalot, Mateus Lindelof, Martinez, Mazraoui, and Habib Oyenge. Ogunye, I think that's how you say his name. I'm not quite sure who that is, but Casemiro, Eriksen, Manuel Ugarte. Only 3 central midfielders there, which is kind of worrying in my opinion. But forwards, you got plenty of forwards there: Ahmad, Anthony, Garnacho, Hojlund, Rashford, Wheatley, and Xerxes. Of course, Johnny Evans is missing because he picked up a knock in that win against Brentford, and Bruno Fernandes is of course suspended. So that's Man United's team news. I think we should have a look at my kind of starting 11 now. So this is my starting 11 that I would go for against Fenerbahce. So I've got Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez back, and Dalot as well back in that left back position with Evans coming out. Casemiro and Ugarte in the centre of the pitch. I think we're going to need them legs, and we're going to have to combat Fred and Amrabat in the centre of the pitch there. So that's why they're starting as well. Not only that, but we don't have central midfielders that are fit. Mainoo is out. Mount is out, of course, and they're basically our central midfielders there. And Eriksen, of course, is I've got him at number 10 because Bruno is suspended. Marcus Rashford on the left, and Ahmad on the right, and then finally Hojlund up front. I can see a case for people wanting Joshua Zirkzee to start as well. It would be interesting to see Hojlund and Zirkzee kind of starting off as a front two or Xerxes in the 10 this game, but I'm not sure if Erik Ten Hag would go for that. But yeah, in my opinion, like I've been mentioning in my previous videos, Eriksen and Ahmad have to start. They are our most technical players and wanted to play football. I think Ahmad is kind of slightly technically better than Garnacho. But Garnacho is kind of more. He takes more risks with his play. He takes more shots. But Ahmad is very neat and tidy on the ball. So so I think I've been kind of harping on about Ahmad quite a lot in my previous videos, but I really do think that Ahmad is a little bit underrated. He's very neat and tidy on the ball, links up with Mazraoui well on the games he started, does help out defensively as well, and he is a threat on that left hand side. He can cut in and shoot with his left foot as well, and I think he deserves a little bit more of a chance this season as well, because this is his final year, if I'm not mistaken. So Ahmad and Eriksen, they suit a team that want to control possession, and we played our best football this season when they've started as well, and when they've started together we are unbeaten as well, like I mentioned. So when Ahmad and Eriksen have started, we drew to Palace, unfortunately, we drew to 20, we drew to Porto as well, and all 3 games we should have won. We beat Southampton, which was good as well. So yeah, in terms of them starting together, we are unbeaten. But with Eriksen starting, we beat Burnley and Southampton. But with Ahmad starting by himself, we beat just Fulham as well. So Ahmad has created more chances, 12, than any other Manchester United player in the Premier League this season, despite having played just 54% of the available minutes. I'm not sure where this stat is from. I think it's before the Brentford game. So yeah. So maybe I should have taken that out, unfortunately, but yeah. So Garnacho, in my opinion, I think he is a little bit wasteful in possession. He has too many shots, and I think he needs to pass a little bit more. I think if Ahmad was a little bit greedy, and if Ahmad was kind of more confident in his play, I think he would be getting more chances as well. But yeah, in terms of how do you beat them, how do you beat Fenerbahce? Well, in my opinion, you just have to match their intensity, and you have to kind of I think it's going to be difficult to beat this Jose Mourinho side, honestly, because they're going to set up very good defensively, and to break down that Jose Mourinho block when he likes to park the bus is going to be extremely difficult as well. But a strong start is absolutely vital tomorrow, or today, because it's past midnight now. But yeah, a strong start tomorrow is going to be absolutely vital in beating Fenerbahce. I think we absolutely have to win this game if we are to kind of progress through to the knockout phases of the UEFA Europa League, because we're not getting Champions League football by qualifying for top 4 in the Premier League. We're just not finishing in the top 4. It's just not happening. So it is absolutely vital that we do grab all 3 points in the game tomorrow. So finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the league table. Let's have a look at the league table right now. Galatasaray up top there with 7 points, and Bodo Glimt as well with 7 points there as well. Tottenham there as well, winning both of their games. Man United should have won both of their opening 2 UEFA Europa League games. We're all the way down here. Let's talk about Fenerbahce first. Fenerbahce, they won their first game against the Union SG, and then they drew against 20 like we drew against 20 as well. But they're on 4 points there in 14th position. It has to be said, though, the top 8 do go straight to the round of 16 right there. So they would kind of play one less game than if you finish between 9th and 24th, who would have to play a knockout phase playoff game. And then they would go down to the round of 16. So let's have a look. Fenerbahce there in 14th. With 4 points, they've done okay. Like I said, Man United should be up here. They should be in the top 8, because we should have won both of our games. Man United are all the way down in 21st position. Scored 4, conceded 4, 2 draws right there against 20 in the opening match day 1, and then against Porto as well, that 3-3 draw. We were winning against 20, and then Christian Eriksen kind of made a mistake, and then that led to 20 equalising, but we should have been scoring more goals and comfortably beating 20 as well. Then against Porto, Man United were winning 2-0, and then we gave up a 2-0 lead, and then Porto did end up going ahead 3-2, and then Harry Maguire grabbing that equaliser and rescuing a point in Porto after Bruno Fernandes had been sent off. I think we're very lucky to be coming away against Porto with a point after Bruno Fernandes did get sent off. That being said though, we shouldn't have been allowing Porto to get back into that game. So it is absolutely vital that Man United do get all 3 points against Fenerbahce tomorrow, because like I mentioned, we're not finishing in the top 4 in the Premier League this season. So yeah, anyway, that's my review. So my score prediction is, I'm not sure, it's going to be a tough game, but I'm going to go with a very tight 1-0 Manchester United win. I'm going to go with Rasmus Hojlund grabbing the winning goal. And yeah, anyway, that's it for the review. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully I'll catch you on the other side after Manchester United have grabbed all 3 points in Turkey.